Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Friends of Gameology, hosted by friends at Gameology.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. Deck Quest. This is set 1, the fantasy version. Don't know that any other sets exist at the moment. This was kickstarted, I think, recently. And this is an, how do they say on the box? An open-ended role-playing card game. So you hear that, open-ended role-playing card game. This is 100% a bunch of cards that help you administer an RPG. So from these 10 or so info cards that tell you how to play, which is draw 5 roll cards, choose a class out of those or keep drawing until you get a class, and then there are roll points on the bottom. You get to keep as many cards that add up to 20, and then you can be something like a champion, a talented neutral champion, or a good master thoughtless goblin. And so
aloof.
The game master is provided with several adversary cards. You can be something as simple as a rebellious paladin or a poison master to sinister bard or assassin kaishan. So you get like the unique characters and the non-unique characters. Then you have these location cards to use: semi-arid desert, blazing desert, tropical forest, overgrown ruins, temple of the ancients. We had that one.
Yeah.
And then throughout that, there are also item cards to help the adventurers along, or if you want to loot the bodies. So let's just talk simplicity versus complexity.
Simple. This game is simple. If you are semi-familiar with RPGs, there are some things that you've got to figure out. There are not very many rules, so you've got to figure out what that means in your group. So as long as you come up with what that means, and your GM has all the power in that case, because that they're going to make those rules. And so, other than that, I think it's simple. You're just going along and you're just trying to figure out whatever the GM says you're trying to figure out, and that's it. I don't know. It's pretty simple, but it can be complicated because there's not like a huge. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I was done and then cut you off.
You sounded like you were done.
I know. That's why I said sorry. So
I forgive you, frankly.
This game, that's big of you.
I'm a forgiving person.
There's not I've lost, but there's not like a huge like set goal or a campaign written out or anything like that. So you've got to come up with it on the fly. I guess the GM could prepare a little bit beforehand if that's what you want to do. But so because of that, it can be a little ambiguous, but it's not necessarily hard. You just got to figure those things out.
This game has 5 rule cards. Mm-hmm. The rest of these cards are explaining these cards. For instance, this explains roll cards, so it tells you how your roll works and whatnot. Whereas these are the only rules. There's no rule book. This is really relying on you knowing how to play an RPG. So that being the case, this can be very difficult for a new game master or dungeon master. It can be difficult for a group of new people playing RPGs, whereas a more seasoned group will look at these, get a good chuckle out of them, and be able to play, and be able to have fun, and maybe bring in some elements from other RPGs they've played. So it can go either way based on your experience, because this is just a help. It's like a player aid for an RPG. Luck versus strategy.
So there's a dice that you roll, so that's the lucky part. And what roll cards you get in the beginning are also lucky. Do you get good ones, or do you get aloof, which is not necessarily good. Maybe it's not even bad. But most of it is going to be your ability to come up with solutions. And so that's going to be your strategy, your skill, your storytelling abilities, whatever you're looking at from this RPG, you're going to get by putting it in. So that didn't really make sense, but so there's not too much strategy or luck. I mean, I would say, yeah, it's just what can you make of the situation?
It's an RPG, so it depends on your game master as to whether there's going to be some forgiving dice rolls or whatnot, or if there's player death or whatever else. In RPGs, strategy and luck are pretty hard to define because it really is up to the players. Fun versus boring, I think this is a super fun supplement to an RPG group. The cards are purposefully funny and witty and full of puns. Silver dagger. On most of these daggers it says, "Dag her, but I hardly know her." And then old robes. "I'm in your grandpa's clothes." What does aloof say? You have aloof?
Yeah, it says, "Wait, is this even a card?"
And then the flavor text, that's the flavor text. The actual text to help you is, "You are aloof." And wouldn't you like to know? You'll see what this attribute does when the time is right. So that's really up to the game master. I think it's a lot of fun. It provides a lot of flavor and it gets a lot of laughs. Every time we've played this, we've really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Tom mentioned, funny thing, he mentioned old robes. There's ancient robes. They say old. Real old. So that is funny. So yeah, twin daggers. Daggers? Wait, that doesn't work. So that has been fun to read. It's a fun game. It's fun just to have an adventure. If you don't want to do a ton of a massive campaign, but you have a group of people that you would love to get together and tell a story together and laugh together, this is the game for you. You can do a campaign or you can do a one-time, finish the thing in an hour and a half, however long you say you're going to do. And that's what we've done so far. We've written down our things so we can go on. Maybe we've done one of them twice. I don't remember. But it is a fun game. And it's hilarious. We've enjoyed it every time we've played.
Yeah, on Board Game Geek rating, I would give this an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Fun storytelling time with your friends. Every time we get to multiples of 500 subscribers, we give away a free glitter painting of your favorite geeky thing. So make sure to subscribe now on YouTube.
It could be you that wins.
Deck Quest. We presented the evidence.
You be the judge.